Snow had a way of stealing sound, turning the city into a frozen hush. On a brutal winter night, empty streets glistened with ice beneath flickering lights. By a towering corporate building, a lone woman shivered against the wall until a little girl tugged her father's sleeve and whispered, "Please help her, Daddy." If you believe in compassion, hope, and second chances, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more stories. Let's begin. The snowstorm wrapped the city in silence, muting traffic and swallowing streetlights whole. Elliot Grant walked carefully along the sidewalk, his 6-year-old daughter Lily skipping beside him, her boots leaving uneven prints in the fresh snow. She had begged to walk home just this once, to see the holiday lights up close, and Elliot had given in, amused by her excitement. Then Lily stopped. Near the entrance of Elliot's corporate building, beneath a flickering street lamp, a young woman sat slumped against the wall. Snow had gathered in her hair and along the sleeves of her thin coat. Her eyes were half closed, her body unnaturally still. "Daddy," Lily whispered, tugging his glove. "She's cold. Please help her." Elliot knelt beside the woman. One touch of her wrist told him enough. Her skin was icy, her breathing shallow. Hypothermia was already taking hold. This wasn't someone resting, it was someone fading. Without hesitation, Elliot removed his coat and wrapped it around her shoulders, murmuring softly as if his voice alone might keep her tethered to the world. Then he lifted her into his arms. She weighed almost nothing. Lily pressed close as the wind howled around them. Together, they walked into the storm, carrying a stranger toward warmth, and unknowingly, toward a future that would bind their lives together forever. Madison Reed woke slowly, confused by the warmth surrounding her. The air smelled of tea and clean linen. For a moment, panic surged. Then she saw the gentle glow of a lamp and a small figure sitting beside the bed. "You're safe," Lily said softly, holding up a crayon drawing of a bright yellow sun. "I made this so you won't be cold again." Tears slid down Madison's cheeks before she could stop them. Elliot explained what had happened, his voice calm and steady. No questions followed. No demands. Just reassurance. A doctor came. Fresh clothes were laid out. A door closed and stayed closed when Madison asked for privacy, something she hadn't known how much she'd lost. Over the next few days, Madison spoke in fragments. She had aged out of foster care with little support, but plenty of hope. She worked hard, saved carefully, trusted someone she shouldn't have. Her savings disappeared. The job fell apart. Winter arrived faster than she could recover. Elliot listened without pity. Lily listened with confusion and quiet sadness, unable to understand how the world could abandon someone so completely. One night, Madison cried quietly over a bowl of soup, not from despair, but because someone had cared enough to make it for her. As Madison regained strength, she insisted on helping, cleaning, cooking, organizing, small acts that helped her feel human again. Lily followed her everywhere, offering encouragement like it was the simplest thing in the world. "Today we try again," Lily announced each morning. Elliot offered Madison a job at his company. It was stable, safe, a real chance to rebuild without fear. Madison was deeply grateful, but conflicted. She needed to know she could stand on her own, not because someone rescued her, but because she believed in herself again. When spring finally arrived, Madison packed a single thrift store bag. She had a plan: community college classes, part-time work, volunteering at a local shelter. "I can't stay," she said gently, "but I'll never forget what you gave me." Lily cried openly, wrapping her arms around Madison. "You're brave," she said through tears. Madison knelt and hugged her tightly. "So are you." Then she stepped into the sunlight, carrying warmth no winter could ever steal. Life moved on. Lily grew taller, quieter, more thoughtful. Elliot grew busier, though certain memories never left him, especially on nights when the air turned sharp with cold. They never heard from Madison. What they didn't see were the years Madison spent working long hours, studying late into the night, and volunteering at shelters filled with young women just like she once was. She learned how easily people slipped through cracks, and how hard it was to climb back out alone. Instead of turning away, Madison leaned in. Slowly, she built something real: safe housing, counseling, education, emergency warmth in winter. A nonprofit born not from ambition, but from gratitude and resolve. When exhaustion threatened to stop her, Madison remembered a child's voice in the snow asking an adult to care, and she kept going. 7 years later, Elliot attended a charity gala with 13-year-old Lily at his side. The evening announced a major initiative supporting homeless youth. Then the keynote speaker was introduced. Madison Reed. Confident, steady, unmistakable. She spoke without shame about foster care, homelessness, and the night she nearly disappeared into the cold. Then her eyes found Elliot and Lily. "They saved my life," Madison said, her voice breaking. "And they reminded me that kindness can change everything." Lily burst into tears. Elliot couldn't speak. Afterward, Madison crossed the room and embraced Lily, holding her like a promise fulfilled. Elliot watched as past and present met, proof that compassion never ends where it begins. Outside, winter brushed the city once more. But inside, warmth remained, multiplied, shared, and passed forward, one life at a time. Thanks for being here. Like and subscribe to keep more unforgettable stories coming.